Thoroughbred Action is presented by Hardacre Farm. Welcome to Thoroughbred Action from Gulfstream Park. I'm your host, Acacia Courtney. We have 11 races today on this beautiful Sunday. Let's get right to the track and weather conditions. The track is fast and the turf is firm on this Sunday afternoon. Race number 1 is a mile and a 16th on the turf, a maiden claiming, and the purse is $15,000. 4 fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up.
We're underway at Gulfstream. Stardust Rhythm hopped in the air at the start. Mimily from the rail out for the lead, but Zip's Legacy will contend as well up on the outside. A splash of Anna, a little bit ranked, trying to get up there with the leaders in a tight spot there in third. Troya settles about 4 lengths off those leaders. Gone to Dixie sits in the 5th spot. Slow starting Stardust Rhythm, and at the back it's Bourbon Trace as Mimily has the lead, but it's a bit of a pressured one. Had to work a bit to get there as Zip's Legacy comes right up on the outside under Gaffleone. Dropping back now is a splash of Anna, about 2 lengths off those leaders. It's another 4 back to Troya with Gone to Dixie on the outside of that one in the red. It's another about 10 lengths back to Stardust Rhythm. Still the trailer, Bourbon Trace. They went quick in the opening quarter, and it is still Zip's Legacy who's now taken the lead from Mimily. A splash of Anna moves up on the outside from third. Troya's gotten a bit closer with Gone to Dixie as they move as a team. Still about 10 lengths back to Bourbon Trace, who's running right by Stardust Rhythm, who's struggling at the back. Quick for the half mile as Zip's Legacy has the lead into the far turn. A splash of Anna trying to keep up from second. Mimily dropping back on the rail in third. Gone to Dixie may be the challenge now, moving up into that second spot. Troya in behind that one. Bourbon Trace has also got a bit of a rally, made up a lot of ground from the back. Stardust Rhythm still far back. Zip's Legacy will take him to the head of the stretch. Zip's Legacy has the lead, but here comes Gone to Dixie ranging up on the outside. Troya is going to be on the inside. Zip's Legacy by a length. Troya up the inside. Here comes Troya at the rail under Lionel Reyes. Troya trying to run right by Zip's Legacy, who just can't hang on. Troya now up by a half length and opening up that stride. Troya will win the first. Zip's Legacy finished second. Gone to Dixie third. Stardust Rhythm from far back to get fourth.
Number 5, Troya wins the opener. Lionel Reyes in the saddle, trained by Gustavo Amaya and owned by Gustavo Amaya and Rick Degg Farm. Paid $31.20 to win. Race number 2 is 1 mile on the main track. It's a claiming race and the purse is $15,000. It's for 3-year-olds and up. There are 7 horses heading to the gate.
And they're off. Slow start for Whiskey Ding. Hustled out for early speed is Better Man, and Jaden's Best clears Better Man. Jaden's Best with the lead by a half length. Moving up on the inside is Curlin's Gem. Also being asked to move forward is Whiskey Ding as Jaden's Best has the lead, but Better Man hustled out of the gate will be right there in second. Whiskey Ding in third. Curlin's Gem sits in a good spot in fourth inside. His General Shema outside of that one smoking the field. Another 6 lengths back to the early trailer, Strongbow. Jaden's Best has now shrugged off Better Man, who drops back into the third position as Whiskey Ding moves up in behind horses right on Jaden's Best's heels. Whiskey Ding in a tight spot at the rail. Curlin's Gem moving up from fourth. General Shema is also in a tight spot in fifth. Smoking the field going to go out wide, and Strongbow's made up a lot of ground to get back within touch of the field, about 4 lengths back off that leader, and the leader is Jaden's Best. Jaden's Best has done it well so far. Whiskey Ding now being asked for an effort from the second spot. Better Man being shoved along from third. Smoking the field has made up some ground now in the 4th spot. Curlin's Gem in behind horses. General Shema has now been switched out, and Strongbow still at the back. Quarter of a mile left to go. Jaden's Best still doing it well on the lead, now extending that lead by 2 lengths. Smoking the field, ranging up on the outside, and here comes General Shema, who's going to come down the center of the track. Strongbow's looking for a way through. It's still Jaden's Best up by 2. Jaden's Best approaching the 16th bull, continues to find more on the lead. Strongbow, General Shema running on late, but it's Jaden's Best to win. General Shema finished second, Strongbow third.
Number 3, Jaden's Best ran away on the front end, put into victory by Raul Mena, owned and trained by Javier Negrete. Let's take a break. We'll be back in a moment. number 3 is 7 furlongs on the main track, a maiden race with a purse of $40,000. It's for the state-bred 2-year-olds.
And they're off. Slow start for Hat in the Ring and an awkward start there for Gazprom. It hampered Wicked Dalton. Sunshine and Shadow up on the outside, out for the lead. Awesome Bay right there in second. Illmatic in the yellow cap moving up at the rail in third. Contested lead so far. GQ cover-up sits in the 4th spot, about 4 lengths off those leaders. In behind that one is Gazprom, Wicked Dalton. And at the back, the slow starting Hat in the Ring, Sunshine and Shadow. Second time out has the lead, up by a length. Awesome Bay, content to travel there in second. GQ cover-up in the red cap moving up from third. Illmatic at the rail, gonna need to see him in 4th. It's another 5 lengths back to Gazprom. Wicked Dalton second to last, still the trailer Hat in the Ring. Sunshine and Shadow. Edgard Zayas have the lead, 4 to 5 on the board, up by a half length. Awesome Bay moving up from the 2nd spot. Illmatic continues to track well in 3rd. GQ cover up, dropping back a little in the 4th spot. Still that 5 lengths back to Gazprom, Wicked Dalton, and Hat in the Ring with some late run. Sunshine and Shadow has the lead at the top of the stretch. Here comes Illmatic taken off the rail, now coming up on the outside. Awesome Bay dropping back. Hat in the Ring with some late run outside of GQ cover-up. It's Sunshine and Shadow, but here comes Illmatic up on the outside. Gafleon and Zayas. Here comes Illmatic. Sunshine and Shadow sticking the neck out. Sunshine and Shadow just hangs on by a neck. Illmatic game second. Awesome Bay finished third. Hat in the Ring finished fourth. GQ cover-up in fifth in 1:25 and 2.
Number 6, Sunshine and Shadow managed to hold on and win race number 3, ridden by Edgard Zayas, trained by Stanley Gold, and owned by Michael G. Bernard. Race number 4 is 6 furlongs on the main track, a maiden race, and the purse is $42,000. It's for 3-year-olds and up.
And they're off. Slow start for Walter Jeep. Not a slow start for Royal Pavilion up on the outside. Flashes a lot of early speed. Super Crybaby also hustled at the rail. Will challenge for that early lead. Illustrious Sun sits in the 2nd spot. Now moving up on the outside. Spin Talk is in 4th. Top Brass will take 5th. Walter Jeep second to last. And at the back it's Germantown Road. Super Crybaby past the half-mile pole. Has the lead by a head. Royal Pavilion up on the outside in 2nd. Illustrious Sun in 3rd. Moving up nicely is Top Brass, who's weaved in between horses, making up a lot of ground in the pink. Now moves into the 3rd spot. Spin Talk is going to be 5 wide as they come around the turn. It's another 5 lengths back to Walter Jeep, and the trailer still Germantown Road. Royal Pavilion has the lead, but here they come. It's Spin Talk making a move on the inside, and here comes Top Brass up on the outside. Illustrious Sun with some run as well. Dropping back with Super Crybaby. Royal Pavilion cannot find any more. Top Brass with the lead on the left lead, but has the lead by a length and a half. Spin Talk making a move at the rail. Illustrious Sun up on the outside. First time starter by Arch. Top Brass is going to win by 2. Illustrious Sun finished 2nd. Spin Talk finished 3rd.
Number 6, Top Brass gets the 4th race, ridden by Luca Panici, Ralph Nix, the trainer, and owned by Gary and Mary West. Paid $21 to win. The 5th race today is 1 mile on the main track, a claiming race, and the purse is $15,000 for 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 2 races. Scratch the 2, it's Robin.
And they're off. Slow break for Boys of Thunder. Out for the lead up on the outside. Sir Magoo in the 2nd spot. Now at the rail moving up is Mi Patron to challenge that early leader. In behind them, Kids Kid, Pasador, and at the back it's Boys of Thunder. As it's a contested lead as Hugueton has taken it away. Now up by a length on Mi Patron, who sits in 2nd. Sir Magoo is going to track those pace setters from the 3rd spot. 5 lengths back to Pasador, who sits in the 4th spot. And the tandem at the back is Boys of Thunder and Kids Kid. Mi Patron moving up inside of Hugueton as those two head and head for the lead. Sir Magoo continues to travel well in the 3rd spot. The favorite in perfect striking position in 3rd. 4 lengths back to Pasador, still in fourth, now making up a bit of ground. Kids starting a rally from the back, and Boys of Thunder at the back. It was a contested lead as they move into the far turn. Mi Patron has the lead, Hugueton in second. Sermagou now being asked for the effort, not making the effort yet here from third. Pasador has some good stride, moving up from the 4th spot. Kids in fifth. Boys of Thunder still at the back, quarter mile left to go, and it's Hugueton with the lead. Mi Patron fading back in second, coming up in between rivals Pasador, but keeping that one boxed in was Sermagou. Pasador now makes the lane, and here comes Pasador up outside of Hugueton, who still has a 1.5 length lead. Kid has made up a lot of ground coming down the center of the track, but here comes Pasador. Hugueton tenacious on the front end. Hugueton up by a length. Hugueton is going to hang on and win. Pasador finished second. Kid.
Number 5, Hugueton wins race number 5. Jorge Ruiz in the saddle, trained by Pedro Savarso and owned by Mustang Racing Group. It's time for a break. We'll be back after these words.
A passion for horses and a commitment to breed champions is the foundation of Hardacre Farm. Founded in 1999 by Amy Tarrant, owner, breeder, and trainer, Hardacre Farm, now based in Ocala, continues its tradition of success. From the Breeders' Cup to Gulfstream Park, Hardacre Farm, from the breeding shed to the racetrack, in pursuit of producing the best.
Welcome back. Race number 6 is 5.5 furlongs on the main track, a maiden special weight, and the purse is $50,000. It's for the 2-year-olds.
They're off to kick off the Rainbow Pick 6. Basha broke well out for the lead. Slot Player in the red cap also breaks nicely up on the outside. Apache Brave. Running Traps is in the mix as well as they speed off down the backstretch. Basha has dropped back into fourth. Lionheart Legend up on the outside of that one in fifth. Bluegrass Envy in the orange cap has dropped back to sixth. And behind that one, El Censor. Discreet Attitude at the back. It's Red Cotton contested lead. Running Traps on the inside. Slot Player now putting that one away. Apache Brave up on the outside. Here comes Basha with a move 3 wide. Basha travels well. Lionheart Legend going to be 4 wide around the turn. Running Traps is backed out of it. Bluegrass Envy moving up as well. Late run from Red Cotton. Basha now challenging for the lead. Slot Player hanging tough on the inside. Lionheart Legend trying to do better from third. Bluegrass Envy with some run at the rail. Apache Brave dropping back. Late run again from Red Cotton. Basha on the left lead but has the lead. Basha's now opening up, approaching the 16th pole. Son of Uncle Mo drifts out a bit, a little bit green, but Basha, look at him go and extend that stride and win. Got tight for second between Slot Player and Lionheart Legend. Bluegrass Envy finished fourth.
Number 7, Basha won like a good thing in his first start. Emisel Jaramillo in the saddle, trained by Gilberto Zerpa and owned by Gelfenstein Farm. The 7th race is 1 mile on the turf, a maiden claiming, and the purse is $27,000 for 3-year-olds and up. Scratch the 9, the main track only, Zamzama.
And they're off. Red Cat breaks well from the rail. Ave Caesar breaks well into the second spot, 2 steps forward, comfortable enough now up to challenge those leaders as this Red Cat who's going to take him into the clubhouse turn. 2 steps forward up on the outside in second, Ave Caesar in third. Tacorin at the rail in fourth. Outside of that one, Famous Fact. Bunched up at the back, it's Twas Nero with Big Nicky and Zarmo 3 wide at the back of the field. Red Cat has the lead, and Red Cat doing it well so far around that first turn. 2 steps forward, content to let that one go. Sits in the second spot under Gaffleon. Tacorin is in the 4th spot, very hard held, wants to get up closer, and Twas Nero is just trying to pull his rider up there, did not let him go. Ave Caesar is in the 4th spot. Famous Fact coming up on the outside from 5th. Now Twas Nero trying to get back up into the mix again. Outside of that one is Zarmo, who's going to be 4 wide, second to last. And Big Nicky is the trailer as Red Cat. Setting the fractions so far, Lane Luzzy has Red Cat on the lead, but 2 steps forward. Continues to travel well right there, stalking on the outside in second. To Corin in the lime in third. Famous Fact being asked for the effort from fourth. Zarmo still with a wide trip, but now moving up from fifth. Dropping back Ave Caesar. At the back is Big Nicky, and Twas Nero is the trailer. Red Cat with the lead, 2 steps forward. Comes up on the outside, and here comes the effort from 2 steps forward. Red Cat has something left. To Corin running on, so is Zarmo. Famous Fact dropping back 2 steps forward, and Red Cat still with a neck in front. Red Cat sticking the neck out and traveling better than 2 steps forward right now. Zarmo has dropped to the rail, and here comes Zarmo with the run. Look out for Zarmo. Red Cat with the lead, up by a length. Zarmo is going to be lunging, going to be close. Red Cat does it. Zarmo finished second, 2 steps forward, third.
Number 1, Red Cat, wins the 7th race. Lane Luzzy was in the irons. Chuck Simon, the trainer, owned by Skyscraper Racing. Race number 8 is 7 furlongs on the main track, a maiden race, and the purse is $42,000. 4 fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. Scratch the 4, Mackenzie Capri.
They're off. Good break, easier from the outside, and Reggae Song is asked for speed at the rail. She Told You up on the outside in third. Aurora Point sits in the 4th spot. In behind that one is Song Memory. Now sits in 5th as My Dale Valente comes up outside of that one. Moving through at the rail is My Awesome Mom, and the trailer is Princess Ariel. Easier has the lead, easier up by a length. Reggae Song was asked for speed, didn't get there, sits in second. Aurora Point sits in third. Now 4 wide as She Told You, as those 4 have now put a length and a half on Song Memory, who sits in 5th. My Awesome Mom making up ground. Second to last, My Dale Valente, and at the back, Princess Ariel. Easier now has a challenge from Reggae Song, who's now moving up on the outside. She Told You trying to move up as well. Aurora Point is dropping back in between rivals. Song Memory making up some ground, and My Awesome Mom has a good look up on the outside. Here comes My Awesome Mom at the quarter pole to take the lead, and doing it well. Song Memory comes off the rail and now moves outside of Reggae Song. Fading back is Easier. Aurora Point's got to get going from there. She Told You. It's My Awesome Mom with the lead. 1/8 of a mile to go, and My Awesome Mom is up by 2. Here comes Song Memory with some run as well. Late run from Aurora Point, but My Awesome Mom, give Lane Luzzy another one. My Awesome Mom wins. Song Memory finished second, Aurora Point third.
Number 2, My Awesome Mom, wins impressively in her first start for trainer Dave Casson. Lane Luzzy was in the saddle, owned by Alters Racing Stable. Race number 9 is a mile and a 16th on the turf, and Allowance optional claiming with a purse of $37,000 for state-bred 3-year-olds and up. Scratch the 4, Miss Dude.
And they're off. Little Nick V broke inward, hampered Starship Zorro. Cantoon out to the front, and Cantoon leads the rest up by a length. Moving up the inside, Sublime Appeal trying to get closer up on the outside. Little Nick V after the awkward start. Fire on Fire is going to be wide going into the first turn. Starship Zorro in behind that one. Geschnell and Whisper on the Wind are the trailers. Cantoon has the lead, and Edgard Zayas trying to slow down Cantu on the front end. Still up by a length. Fire on Fire up on the outside in second. Sublime Appeal in third. Little Nick V sits in the 4th spot. Starship Zorro moving up at the rail in the yellow. In 5th, Geschnell is second to last, and Whisper on the Wind is the trailer as it begins to rain a bit here at Gulfstream Park. It's Cantoon showing the way down the backstretch. Fire on Fire still content in the 2nd spot. Sublime Appeal travels well in the 3rd spot. Up on the outside, Little Nick V has gotten closer. Starship Zorro sits in 5th. Geschnell still second to last, and Whisper on the Wind continues to trail as it's still Cantoon. Cantoon setting the fractions, got a pretty good half and has the lead still by a length. Fire on Fire moving up from second. Little Nick V trying to make a move now, 3 wide in third. Sublime Appeal at the rail in 4th. Starship Zorro is going to have to come in between horses. Geschnell up on the outside. Whisper on the Wind, nowhere to go yet. Cantoon with the lead as they hit the top of the stretch. Fire on Fire now asks for the effort up on the outside, and Fire on Fire just ran right by Cantoon. Cantoon trying to fight back on the inside. Fire on Fire's got the lead. Sublime Appeal coming at the rail. Whisper on the Wind is exploding down the center of the track. Fire on Fire got the jump though. Fire on Fire, Whisper on the Wind late. Geschnell for third. Fire on Fire.
Number 8, Fire on Fire, wins the 9th race, ridden to victory by Cornelio Velasquez, trained by Reed Nagel and owned by Big Lick Farm.
Next January, 12 horses, $1 million buy-in for a $12 million purse. It is the world's richest race. It is the Pegasus World Cup.
Race number 10 is 6 furlongs on the main track, a claiming race, and the purse is $15,000 for 3-year-olds and up which have never won 3 races, or 3-year-olds.
And they're off. Good break. Our Cat Daddy from in between horses asked for speed, but Tailstone up on the outside. And now here comes Little Awesome to put a half length on Our Cat Daddy, who now moves up in between rivals, trying to get up into that second spot. Tailstone sits in third. In behind them is Osorno. Outside of that is Insigma. Going to be 3 wide is Abaseb Brothers. Second to last is Mass Approval. About 7 lengths off that leader is Mutaka at the back as Little Awesome has the lead. Our Cat Daddy right there in second. Tailstones drop back a bit in third. Insigma has some run now, moving up inside of that rival from the 4th spot. Dropping back, Abaseb Brothers. Osorno, the gray, also dropping back, making a run now 4 wide is Mutaka from the back. Mass Approval trails. It's still Little Awesome with a 1/4 mile left to go. Our Cat Daddy being asked for the effort, not responding. Little Awesome has the lead and is opening up. Tailstone is re-rallying up inside of Our Cat Daddy. Insigma's got some run. Mutaka late. Little Awesome approaches the 16th, and Little Awesome has the lead. Little Awesome and Tyler Gaffleone are going to win the 10th. Little Awesome wins. Mutaka ran on late for second. Our Cat Daddy third.
Number 6, Little Awesome, wins race number 10, ridden by Tyler Gaffleone, trained by Bruno Tesori, and owned by Juanita Sabatel. The 11th race and the last one today is 7.5 furlongs on the turf. It's a maiden claiming, and the purse is $21,000 for the 2-year-old fillies.
And they're off. Slow start for Queen's Court and Basilica. Arcelor out for the lead. What's Your Dream up on the outside in second. Moving up at the rail is Lady Cella. So who's back there as well. In the 5th spot, Loving Valentina. They're bunched up in behind those leaders. Ventina sits in the 5th spot. Anthony Lass in between horses has scrapped the mandate, went by that one. Basilica after the awkward start. Then Queen's Court, second to last, is Wild Sensation, and far, far back right now is Little Queen as Arcelor. Carlos Hernandez leaving no doubt right now, up by 3, winging on the front end. What's Your Dream? Content to sit in the 2nd spot. It's another 5 lengths back to Loving Valentina up on the outside as So Who's Back. They share 3rd and 4th. Lady Cella's in between rivals. Scrap the mandate, coming out 3 wide. Ventina at the rail. Basilica still towards the back. In behind that one is Anthony Lass. Queen's Quarter is still second to last, and still far, far back to Wild Sensation and Little Queen as Arcelor has the lead by a half length. What's Your Dreams cut into the margin, now moves up on the outside from second. Those two go into the far turn together. So who's back being asked the question a bit from third. Ventina has come off the rail, now trying to come up outside of Loving Valentina. Anthony Lass, Vasilika, Queen's Court with some late run. Others with a lot to do as What's Your Dream has the lead at the top of the stretch. Lane Luzzy looking for another one. What's Your Dream with the lead, but here comes Ventina, and Ventina's motoring down the outside. Ventina coming up outside of What's Your Dream. Late run from So Who's Back, Vasilika and Queen's Court, but it's Ventina, Luca Panici to win the finale.
Number 3, Ventina gets home in her very first start. That's the second one today for Luca Panici, trained by David Fox and owned by Mr. and Mrs. Leverett S. Miller. In the Super High 5, there was no winner, so there'll be a carryover into Thursday of $1,767.93. In the Late Pick 5, 5 of 5 paid $3,480.80. 4 of 5 paid $35.15. In the Pick 6, 6 of 6 paid $3,000.16. There's a carryover of $19,310.18 into Thursday. That wraps up today. Don't forget, we're dark for the next few days. We'll see you back here on Thursday, post time at 1:15 p.m.
Hit the hay. I've been working all day. Hit the hay. What do you say? Hit the hay. Hit the hay. Well, I'm tired. Let me tell you, Jack, I'm so tired.